Well, do you think, well, I'd like to tell you this story, and, but before I begin, do you think you're vitamin D deficient? And do you think vitamin D, coming from the sun, UVB rays, are vitamins? No, it's a steroid hormone. And if you're deficient, which if you're living in America, 70% of the people are deficient, and in Japan too, I'm sure, because they're scared of the sun, even though they're from the country of the rising sun. But vitamin D from the sun can prevent 17 various types of cancer: heart disease, stroke, hypertension, diabetes, depression, birth defects, osteoporosis, and dental problems, muscle problems. And most people don't even know. They're scared of the sun because they think they're going to get cancer. Unbelievable. So I went to some doctors. You know, I'm teaching English here. Went through some of my students. They didn't know. So I figured these doctors at this elite medical school would like to hear this story, you know. And so I talked to one young doctor. He told me, you know, it's a bunch of bullshit, vitamin D coming from the sun. I mean, I tried to explain to him that it hits the skin, cholesterol transported the blood down to the liver and made in the liver. And you don't need vitamin D food, which there's little vitamin D in the foods we eat. But he said, no, you need to eat the vitamin D food, and then perhaps the sun can do something. And he said, I'm totally wrong. I'm talking about specialists are saying this, but he thought I got this from some chat line or something in the computer. I don't know what he's thinking about. And so I thought, wow, this guy. So anyway, I went to a professor, you know. I mean, he's a doctor. I mean, this is not a medical school for students. These are doctors, you know. And he's a professor, this elite medical school. He graduated from this elite medical college, university, whatever you want to call it. And he told me it was bullshit. He said, if I believe you can get vitamin D from the sun, I'm crazy. Is it like magic coming down from the sun? And he was somewhat belligerent. Well, I went over to a couple other doctors, I'm teaching about 15 doctors over here, and nobody knew. About 95 or 8% of my students didn't know. They're all scared of the sun. They're frightened. Even 5 minutes in the sun, you're going to get cancer. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable for them to believe that you get vitamin D from the sun. The UVB rays are good. Unbelievable that they don't know. It's unbelievable.